guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Felicia, everybody calls me Flick. Today is part 2 of the get to know me, get ready with me videos that I've been doing. Today's is makeup related questions rather than the more personal questions that I did in last week's video. I am well aware that that was a long video, but I did really enjoy filming it, and some of the feedback that I got from you guys, you really enjoyed it too, so I'm glad. And yeah, on that note, I guess get started and start reading out questions. What is best to start with in your makeup routine? Well, before skincare, if I'm honest, your makeup, the outcome kind of all depends on your skincare routine. Now, if you have flawless skin, lucky you. As you can see, I have a visitor this week, and it's likely that nothing is going to cover this because it has kind of scabbed over, and obviously nothing sticks to that. Let me just adjust my mirror. So, pardon me, should not have drunk tea before I started filming. I've got my cup there. Yeah, skincare is really important. I've already done my skincare prep before starting this. Cleanse, tone, moisturize as usual. Everything depends on your skin type as well. Obviously no two people have the same skin, do you know what I mean? So it all kind of depends on your skin, but as long as you cleanse, tone and moisturize, and let like your moisturizer really sink in before you do your makeup. Like if in your morning routine you get up, say you get up, you're one of these people that gets up really early, you're up, you have something to eat, you have a shower, then you sit and do your skincare, your makeup, your hair, and you're out the door to work. I am not that person. Even if I'm going to visit my family in London, I'm still not that person. I have 2 kids to get ready before we leave. I literally, my husband drives up, so I do my makeup in the car. I have mastered doing my makeup in the car, and I'm very proud of that. But yeah, skincare, as long as you let your moisturizer sit in, give it a little, like, some time to really sink in before you put your primer on. Otherwise it's going to ball up and it isn't going to work. But yeah, another trick as well, depending on, again, on your skin type. Your skin could be dry but oily, but it's more likely that you have an oily complexion but your skin is dehydrated because you're not drinking enough water. A good tip that I got from Robert Welsh, watching his videos, was, you know, when you apply your moisturizer, give it a few minutes to sink in, and you'll see on your skin where it's kind of sunk up and what's left. Obviously that area doesn't need so much moisture. So yeah, get a makeup remover pad, a cotton pad type thing, and just kind of blot it away, or a tissue and just blot it away. So yeah, like I said, I've already done that. So mine is, first step for today is primer. I'm going to go in with the Revolution Pore Perfecting Putty one. I have a love-hate relationship with this. Sometimes it works really well for me, and others it doesn't, and it just makes me look like Casper. Now, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but I am actually a bit tanned today. So I'm going to zoom out just a teeny tiny. No, that's in. Just a bit. There we go. Yeah, I am actually a bit tanned. I have been in the sun this week. I've been utilising my mum's garden. So yeah, literally it comes to a little spatula. I just take a scoop on there, and I try and kind of focus it on the areas that I kind of really have trouble with my pores. This is obviously a pore controlling one, or a pore filling primer. Now, there's different types of primer as well. You can kind of like just get all-rounders. You get mattifying ones, pore controlling ones, hydrating ones, glowy ones. It all kind of depends, again, on your skin type and what kind of finish you want. So if you've got really dry skin, you probably don't want a mattifying primer. If you've got oily skin, you don't want a hydrating primer. My skin can go either way, but I always need help, especially here. This is where I really suffer with my pores. So yeah, kind of, you can probably see it. You can see it's leaving. In my mirror it looks like it's kind of rubbed in, but on camera you can see it is making me look like Casper. So Why is primer important, and do you have to use it? Okay, how can I think about if you're some of you are going to laugh at me for using an analogy. So think about if you taking your car to the body shop to get it sprayed. If they don't prep it properly and they don't prime it, your paint job, for lack of better words and excuse my language, is going to be shit. It's going to flake off, it's going to have chemical reactions, it's just not, it's not going to work. And same for your skin. Primer, some people don't believe in primers, and that's fair enough, each to their own, but I definitely notice a difference from when I never used to use primer. When I was young, wow, I went way too much of my head. When I first kind of got into makeup, like back when I was at school, and I kind of not fell out with makeup, but I just kind of stopped really wearing it all the time, unless I was going on a night out, which for a couple of years, a few years wasn't a thing. Yeah, unless I was going out or it was a birthday or Christmas and I was going to be with my family, I didn't wear makeup. I just couldn't be bothered. But back then, like, brows weren't a thing. I never did my brows. Oh, got another spot coming on my chin. Yeah, no, brows weren't a thing. Didn't know what primer was. Just, yeah. Primer, I think primer is important. It preps your face properly, and again, depending on what I like, a mattifying primer and a pore controlling primer. That's my preference, because I don't think the glowy look suits me too much. It may be that I just haven't found the right glowy primer. It may be that it just doesn't suit me and it makes me look oily, you know, but it all kind of depends on what you like. But yeah, I think it is important, and you don't have to use it. Again, personal preference, but I do think it makes a difference. Definitely think it makes a difference. It does help your makeup adhere better and stay better, and it gives it a more flawless base to start with. So yeah, that's my take on that. Does it matter if you don't contour all the time? No, definitely not. Again, personal preference. Brows, I need to do brows. I've got a couple, right, first things first, I've got a few new products to try. I've got two new concealers. I may use both of them because I think one is slightly lighter than the other. I've got face palette, I've got lipstick, I've got setting spray. What else is new that I've got? Brushes, I've got new brushes. A couple of the products that I've got to try from Aldi. So for that, I'm going to go in with the Aldi brow pencil that I got the last time they had made for a few weeks ago. I went the other day. Was not intended. Wow, that is. I don't know if you can see that, but that is all. Is that going to focus? That is all that's left of this brow pencil. Okay. Okay. Back to question. No, it doesn't matter if you don't contour all the time. Not at all. Again, personal preference, and I don't contour all the time. Don't need to. If you want to, do it. If you don't. It is all about your personal preference. I never even knew what contour is. What it was. I remember a time when I was like, what's that? Like, I didn't know. However, I remember when I kind of first learnt about it, I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And it was, everyone was using like these cream contour concealer type palette things, and I remember I got one, I can't remember, I think I might have got it off of Wish. That's when like Amazon isn't really as much of a thing as it is now. It's like before Prime came out and stuff. And it was, I want to say it was like a 12 colour concealer palette, like a camouflage palette, and it came with a green and a lilac shade as well to colour correct and stuff as well. And I remember getting that and using that when I first started contouring and practicing on my friends and stuff. And yeah, it's funny actually thinking about that, because I probably could do with like a cream contour palette, even a powder contour palette, but I don't have one anymore. I'm gonna go in with the Aldi brow gel as well. It's annoying because if good old Boris had said that nail shops were allowed to open and that on the 4th of July, I'd be able to get my nails done and my brows done. But hey ho, can't have that, can we? Right. Brows. How to stop them smudging and fading. What is the best brow stuff? Brows, again, is a lot of these questions is all personal preference. Obviously I just used a pencil and a brow gel to kind of hold it in place. It all depends on what you're comfortable using. You've got brow pomades, brow powders, brow pencils, brow gels. There is a lot of options. I've been using the Primark brow pencil, which I really like. I've got a whole box here of Primark makeup to try, which will probably be the next video that I film. I've got a brow pomade in there because I haven't tried it from there before. So it's all kind of personal preference. It depends though, if you're going to use, say, a pomade or even some pencils, because they are quite, I'll say creamy but waxy almost, you're going to want to set it down with maybe a brow powder or again a brow gel. I know a lot of people use the Got2b, is it the gel, and it's like in a yellow tube. A lot of people use that as a brow gel because it's not moving. I'm going to go in with concealer and define again. When I filmed with this last time, it looked really good on camera, but when I tried using it a couple of days later in actual daylight, it did not look good. So we're gonna go in again and we're gonna see, because when I tried it again, it looked more of a neutral undertone than it did a yellow one. So I'm hoping that I will not have this issue today and it just looks alright. Yeah, to stop them kind of smudging and fading, I would just say make sure that they are set properly, whether that's with a powder or a gel. I'm going to go with my Real Techniques brush again. It is dirty. I have got another one, but I can't bother to get it out, so I'm just going to use this one. Everyone has their different opinion. I've been really liking the Primark one. It's £2. And I do think that Primark is quite underrated for a lot of like their beauty stuff, which is why, I mean, I've not tried a whole lot from there, but that brow pencil is brilliant. The pencil that I usually use in my waterline, the nude colour one, is also from Primark, and I really like that. That's called Wide Awake, I think. Their lip liners are £1, amazing. They are just fantastic. Cannot go wrong for £1, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out the stuff that I've managed to get. The only thing I haven't managed to get, and it's really annoying, is a concealer. So maybe with any luck I can go back this week and I'll have concealers, but they had nothing in my shade concealer wise. But I was hoping to kind of get the was it like the foundation contour stick thing as well, but again they did not have my shade that I wanted, so it was a bit of a pain, but not the end of the world, is it? Let's be honest. Doesn't seem to be looking too bad. It doesn't look too bad now. On camera it's looking alright from what I can see. I'm Let me go. Oh, no, I need to get a hairband or something up. Where is it? I'm going to use this one. I'm going to have a funny headband moment. I'm going to use my my zebra one that my lovely Meggie Moo bought me. Fluffy zebra headband. Why not? Again, thank you Primark. And I just got this ages ago. It's been in my drawer. I don't really tend to use headbands all that much, but my hair's quite fly away at the moment. I actually put a TikTok video up today of a hair repair system that I got in Superdrug. Look at me, I look cool. I'm feeling a bit like Steph Toms right now with my funny ears. Yeah, no, I got a hair repair serum called Pureplex in Superdrug, and it's £13. And I haven't been horrible to my hair, but I haven't been as kind as I could have been. And Olaplex has been basically out of stock everywhere during lockdown. So yeah, my hair hasn't liked me very much, but I got that today. Well, no, I used it today. I got it last week, and my hair feels incredible. I'm shocked, and everyone needs to go and get it. What is the difference between foundations, liquid, spray, matte, dewy, different coverage, etc.? Right. Oh god, where to start? Right, so see, matte, dewy, demi matte, they're all like different finishes. Okay. Hold on, I want to try these concealers out as I'm going. Right, I've got the Conceal and Define Infinite, which is the newest one, I believe, the Makeup Revolution. This is only the small one, I didn't get the big one. And this is in the shade 2.5. I put that on the back, I'm like, wow, that's gonna give me coverage. That's 2.5, and this is the one from Aldi, the Radiant Concealer in Cream, which is supposed to be a dupe for NARS, which again, never tried. And it's in the shade Cream. What are these? Oh, okay, this one is ever so slightly lighter. So the top is Conceal and Define, and the bottom is the NARS dupe. Yeah, I think I'm going to use, I'll use both of them. I'll use this one to brighten though. I need a white, where's mine? Okay, so back to foundations. Like the foundation I'm wearing now, is it a matte finish? I think it's a matte finish. Full coverage. Doesn't say. Yeah, it's supposed to, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a matte finish. But yeah, you get different ones. You can get like more dewy ones to give you kind of like a more youthful, radiant look. Then you've got the different types. You've got liquids, which will usually be, they'll either have a pump or like a dropper, or you've got ones, let me just get my concealer brush. Oh. And I need a sponge. So yeah, spray ones like aerosol, which are more kind of like airbrush at home ones. You get stick foundations, which are like creamy ones, powder foundations. There's a lot of different types. Again, what it's your preference, and you need to take your skin type into consideration. I'm quite lucky that I can get away with quite a lot, but depending on what my skin's like that day, like some days I can't use a powder foundation, like, which I quite like to use during the summer because obviously it's very lightweight, but sometimes I can't because my skin's either really dehydrated or it's just dry in general. We're going to go in with Conceal and Define and just kind of do my usual and spot conceal, and then I'm going to go in with the other one on top to brighten. Colour actually. Aria, go to bed please. I'm not silly, I can hear you. You're not making another appearance this week. Aria, shut my door please. I just love kids. So she's gone out, she's left my door open. Thanks, kid. I'm gonna use my sponge. I don't usually use a sponge. I would usually use a brush, but I'm feeling a sponge today. And my concealer brush needs a wash. However, I will say, damn, I is impressed. Yeah, there's lots of different types, there's lots of different finishes. Again, you skin type the kind of finish that you like. Some people look amazing with more glowy ones. Some people look really good with matte finishes. I don't mind a dewy look, but I feel like matte suits me more. Just realised I am really looking like Casper right now on camera. I will say I'm quite impressed with that. I'm just going to put a touch of this just like on my inner corners to really brighten. Oh, normally I would do my eyes first and I've forgotten. Oh well, never mind. Not the end of the world, is it? I'm looking really bright. You get obviously full coverage like the one I'm wearing. You could get medium to full coverage, medium lightweight BB creams, which are very, very lightweight. They're more like a tinted moisturizer. So yeah, it's all, again, all personal preference. I do like a liquid. I love a good spray foundation. I like full coverage. I am a full coverage girl. I don't do lightweight coverage at all. Wait, did I miss a question? No, I didn't. How to apply lip liner and do you need it? Oh, I love lip liner. I'm still not, mine never comes out perfect, don't get me wrong, but I do like it. This is the Cheeky Cheeks palette from Aldi. I use this. Got bronzer, highlighter and blusher. I honestly did not go in there for makeup when I went last week. I literally went in for crisps because the bacon rasher crisps from there are amazing, and if you haven't had them, go try them and thank me later. And coffee for my husband because he really likes the Irish cream and hazelnut ones that they do in there, like their own ones, not the beanies ones. And they're like £1 something, but they are really nice apparently. He gave one to me by accident one morning when he was really sleepy, and I was like, that is not my cup of tea, but it doesn't taste really bad. Right, bronzer, oh wait, oh, I've got a new brush I can use. Okay, this is the powder brush from Lidl, so I'm going to take the bronzer shade and I'm going to do my normal bronze. Lip liner, is it important? I mean, depending on what kind of look you're doing, I do think that lip liner can make a big impact. Obviously, what kind of lip products you're using as well, like it really helps to stop your lipstick like bleeding and feathering. Oh, that smells nice. I don't know what it smells of, but it smells nice. Oh, cute. Bronze on my forehead a bit more. bronze up my 5 head, as I call it, and then my mum told me off for calling it that. Lip liner, the best way I would say, watch loads of tutorials. That's how I've had to kind of do it. You can trace along your actual lip line if you want to overline. Definitely watch. I'm not going to guide you through that because I'm still not very particularly great at it, but yeah, it all depends on what look, or like kind of like what, not what size you want to achieve. If you want to give the impression you've got bigger lips, like for me, I like to balance my top lip. My bottom lip's fine, but my top lip's a bit smaller, so I like to kind of overline slightly to give it a fuller look. But yeah, how to stop eyeliner smudging depends what type of liner you are using. Going in with a blusher, by the way. Oh, it's a pretty peachy. It's like a peachy. It's ever so slightly glowy. Oh, pretty. Like it. Yeah. What type of liner you are using? If you're using a gel or a pencil, I would say whatever colour you are using, take either an eyeshadow in the same colour on a wing, like a liner brush, like that, if you can see it, like that slanted, pointed type brush, and then trace along to set it. This is the thing, setting is very important. Right, onto highlight. Again, I'm going to use the one in here with some highlight brush. There it is. I'm hoping this will be all right shaded. It's like it could be a bit dark, pretty gold, not quite champagne, a bit darker than that. Actually, I'm going to swatch it. Pretty colour, I like it. So yeah, with eyeliner, I'd say if you're using a gel or even a pencil that is like a kohl or gel pencil, because they are quite quite soft and they give you time to work with, I would say definitely set them down with like an eyeshadow in the same colour. Gel liner is fantastic if you're not confident enough to try liquid liner. I started off practicing with gel because I found it, for me, better to work with. Okay, Aldi. I'm pretty sure this was the only colourway they had. It's the only one I saw when I was there anyway. But for £5 or £6, I think this was worth picking up. Definitely worth picking up. Got ick. Got an itch. No, don't want an itch. Oh god, I haven't got any setting powder, have I? I feel like I'm looking a little bit matte. I'm going to use this primer water just to kind of refresh my face a little bit. I'm all for looking like flawless and matte, but I don't want to look overly matte, if that makes sense. Give that a second. Oh, that's really refreshing. I'm going to go in with P. base, as always. Where is my favourite brush for blending that in? I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. Do the usual, carve out my brow, put it on, blend it out with a fluffier brush. This is the other thing, like the first question about primers important and do you have to use them? That was kind of more aimed for face primers. However, eye primers I feel like are important too. Now, I really like this one. This is the P. Louise base. This is in shade number 2. I really like this one. Now, I know that there are people that don't get on with it. Some people it really creases on. Everybody's skin is different. What works for you isn't necessarily going to work for everybody, and I think people forget that. And I feel like people forget that they're allowed, you know, people are allowed to have different favourite products, different opinions on products, you know, and that's okay. Everybody is allowed their own opinion and their own view, but there's no need to be nasty about it. Do you know what I mean? There is no need to be nasty about a brand or a product or anything like that. Don't like their products? Fine. Don't like something doesn't work for you, that's fine. Like, you know, I said, I know there's some people that don't get along with this product and it doesn't work for them. It might crease on them. You know, if I put too much on, yes, it creases on me too, but I've found a way to apply it that works for me. If I'd have just gone in with this flat brush and just painted it on and kind of patted it, I feel like it would crease a lot more, but because I blend out more with this fluffy brush, it tends to work better for me. And I've got used to, that's what I've got used to doing with it. So yeah, for my eyes, I'm going to go in with the Revolution Reloaded Provocative palette. This is like the pinky purpley one. These palettes are like £5. They gone up to, I think it was like £4 when I bought it. They might have gone up to 5 or 6 now. I have 2 of them. I have this one and I have, where's the other one? The Neutrals 2 palette, which is the red toned one. I got this a couple of years ago when my niece had her prom, and my mum had made her dress and it was beautiful. She wanted a 2-piece dress and it was like a burgundy colour, so we went for like a burgundy and gold sunset eye. It looked really, really beautiful and I was really proud of that look. And for those of you going, but hold on, how old are you if you have a niece that's just been to prom? I'm 28. This, as I say, it was a couple of years ago. I was actually pregnant with Kiara at the time, I remember that. So yeah, I love the mattes in here. Shimmers, I'm not massive. I don't know if it's just the way they're pressed, but they don't seem to work all that great for me. They don't have names, but I'm gonna take this, that shade first. Just kind of through and just above my crease, just kind of blow it out a bit. Again, this is on one of my new Lidl brushes. I've used 3 out of 4 so far. And I'm just I'm gonna pack it on. I'm not gonna try and blend with this, it's a bit too dense for that. But I just want to kind of, oh, I should have done that with my eyes open, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do that. Anyway, next question. What is your favourite style of makeup? Oh, I think it kind of depends on what mood I'm in that day, I guess. I don't know. Oh, why is this eye itching? And there comes a thunder. Oh, that was annoying me. Yeah, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in, I guess. Like, actually, I've taken that one. I love like a really quick and easy look, 5 minutes out the door, using as little products as possible. You know, like I'll run my bronzer through, like on my eyes as well, like through my crease, and use my highlighter in the inner corner, and really kind of minimalistic. I love doing those kind of looks if I'm, even just for the school run. 9 times out of 10 I do the school run with a bare face, but every now and then I like to put my face on. I mean, I've picked Aria up from school with a full beat and like a big pink and orange and yellow smoky eye, a sunset eye, just for shits and giggles, if I'm honest. But then I like doing it because getting her teacher say, oh my god, that looks really nice. I'm like, oh thanks, that's made me, do you know what I mean? I have a real issue when it comes to second guessing myself. I'm terrible for it. I'm always like, oh, but does it look good? Have I done well? And despite my amazing friends and family shouting at me about it, telling me to stop, like after I uploaded my red butterfly look a couple of weeks ago, one of my best friends turned around to me and she was like, you have got to stop saying, oh, I don't usually do this because like I can't do it, I'm no good at it. She's like, because you bloody did it. And when I was filming it, and I didn't mean it in a way of, oh, I'm no good at this, I can't do this, I find it very tricky because of the lack of stability when it comes to like my hands and my arms. And if I suddenly get really shaky, or you know, that butterfly look took me a long time to do and a long time to film because I kept my arms went a bit dead, and before that my hands had gone really shaky, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. So it was a case of just waiting for it to pass. But it just took, how's it look on camera? Yourself. Yeah, so, but I posted yesterday on Instagram. I went to send a photo to my mum and I was in just a bit of a down mood. I'm going to go in with this first colour here, which has a bit of a dark one. I'm going to kind of focus that more on the outer corner of my crease. And I was looking through my camera roll for this picture, and as I was scrolling, obviously photos of the looks that I have done in the last few months. Oh my god, sorry about that guys, random phone call from my brother. My phone is actually on like silent, not even vibrate, so the fact that it started vibrating, I was like, oh, just completely threw me off. But yes, it's fine, all is well and good. My mum just rang me back because my brother has a habit of, he doesn't like long phone conversations. Once he said what he said, that's it, he's off the phone. So my mum rang me back just to check that we were alright. Back to, yeah, my favourite style of makeup. Again, I like a kind of natural, quick, easy, out the door, but then I really like full glam. Obviously I'd say there's a time and a place, but then, like I said, just pick that. Yeah, I said I've picked Aria up from school with full beat, sunset eye, you know, and her teachers said, oh, that looks really nice. Like, oh, thanks. So it all kind of depends on my mood, but I thought today I'd go for something a bit pink. This is kind of similar to the look I did on Father's Day, just because I felt like it, really. I just wanted to use a bit of colour, but a bit, not muted, but a bit more kind of, I don't know, toned down, not as in your face as usual. And I've had this palette for ages and I don't really play with it all that much, so I wanted to kind of sit and play with it a bit, and I was like, oh, I like that look actually. Just kind of make sure that's kind of all built up. That's that bit done. Do I want to use one of these shimmers on the lid? Yes, but I have a feeling. Yeah, I'm going to use the one smack bang in the middle, that rose goldy shade. I'm going to use that. What made you love makeup. I always kind of liked it, especially when I was at school. But obviously, when I didn't go to school down here, so I lived in London till I was 18. So I went to secondary school up in North London, Southgate School. What fun years they were. Yeah, no, I went to Southgate in North London, and when we were in year 9? I think we were in year 9 when they changed our uniform and they brought in all these new rules. So it was like officially like zero tolerance, like on like bullying and like drugs and stuff, which is like the standard. It wasn't before that. Well, it was for the drug thing, but not for the bullying. But yeah, but then they brought in the ban on makeup. I'm just gonna wet my brush with the primer water. Yeah, then they brought in the ban on makeup, and little old me was like, no. And at the time, I remember I'd not long discovered Primark, and it was the one in Watford at the Harlequin shopping centre. And at the time, I think by this point it was like, I wasn't really too fussed about it at the beginning, but for me, makeup was a creative outlet. So for them to turn around and say to me, you're not allowed to wear bright colours, you're not allowed to wear this, I was like, well, you're stifling like my creative side, and I was not having it. So I was rocking up, I'm just taking that darker pink shade by the way, I was rocking up with like full-blown purple smoky eye with purple glitter eyeliner, zero fucks given. And yeah, I remember the teacher being like, you've got to go take that off. I was like, no, I don't want to take it off, sorry. So yeah, they weren't too impressed with that, obviously. Taking that darker pink shade, I'm going to run it underneath my lower lash. But yeah, no, anyway, back to the story. I remember being at school and them saying like, oh, you're not allowed to wear this, da, 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 da. I did not care. I remember Primark had just started bringing out makeup, and it was when it wasn't very good. No shade to Primark, I really like their stuff now, but back then it wasn't great. But I didn't care. I was like, oh, that's like really nice colour, that's really like bright and creative. I was like, oh, I want that. So I remember buying like these little quad palettes, and they had like different colour schemes. You had like the neutrals one, there was a purples one. I remember there was a neutrals one, but it had blue shade in it as well. And they were like, what, £2? Something like that. So I bought a few of those. Oh, sorry, I need to adjust, that really hurt. I'm good. Deciding what liner to do. I'll do a brown liner. Ooh. I'm going to use, where's that new brush I bought? I'm going to use this double-ended liner and smudgy brush thing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet it and I'm going to pinch it to make it really thin. I'm going to use dark brown shade out of here to do my liner. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm knocking everything over. This primer water from Primark, I've not used it as a primer, but for everything else I've used it for, it's great. I'm going to kind of like pinch that a bit to hopefully make it did that. Going in with the Too Legit. They put a waterproof one out of this now. Still don't like it. Oh, actually, they've got lush colours. But yeah, no, it just didn't. Oh mate, I just forgotten something. Get the cheeky palette. I need to do my inner corner highlight. How have I forgotten that? I love inner corner highlight. I really like this gold actually. It's really pretty. That's a really pretty gold. I think, I mean, I'm not like majorly tanned at the moment. But I don't know if I could get away with using this at my palest. I might be able to, I don't know. But yeah. Just redo my brow highlight. Yeah, anyway, what was I saying? Biotin. I started taking biotin capsules like 6 months before I got married, and I was using, I think it was Creighton's coconut and keratin shampoo and conditioner, argan oil hair masks, anything with keratin and biotin in I was using to really help my hair grow. And I think I only took them for like 2 weeks, these tablets. I just forgot to take them after that, and wow, did it kickstart my hair growth. My hair now is like halfway down my back, probably, well actually probably further. It's like down to, let's say down to my waist, maybe, just, yeah. And that is in spite of me dyeing it during lockdown. Okay. I'm not, do I put lashes on? You know what, I think I'm going to leave it without, actually. I'm going to leave lashes for today. I just don't know, I don't think it needs it. I mean, don't get me wrong, the mascara isn't doing, well, in my mirror it's not doing anything. Maybe if I try and put another coat on, but I'm going to go in my Morphe Bay pencil. Yeah, I'm going to go in with this, which I need to sharpen. Cannot get over how massive these pencils are for like £3. Huge. There we go. So yeah, you'll see what I mean about like doing your lips in this. See, you can kind of see when you look at your lips, you'll see almost like a white line around them before the actual colour of your lips. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but I kind of follow that white line rather than where the colour of my lips is, if that makes sense. As well, when I do my lip liner, I always kind of feather it in a bit as well, which obviously I've done it a bit on the bottom already. I can never quite tell if it's balanced or not. I feel like this side needs to come up slightly. Yeah, lip line done. It really is all about practice. Practice makes perfect. Sorry about that, guys. My camera died. So yeah, where was I? Lipstick. I have got the Revolution Pro even Nude Neutral Satin Matte Lipstick in the shade Stripped. Now, I've wanted these for ages. I really liked the look of them when they came out. And when I went to Superdrug the other day to get the stuff for my hair, I saw these. I was like, so I picked it up. And it's just this beautiful kind of like cool toned nude. So yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that colour. Ah. Oh, I love that. Thanks, Revolution. So pretty. I love it. Oh, I have a new setting spray. This is the one from Aldi. Apparently it's a dupe for the Urban Decay All Nighter, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. I'm not gonna lie, the packaging reminds me of, is it Tatcha? Yeah, Tatcha. Pretty. Very pretty. Right. There we go. Can't work out what it smells like, but it smells nice. Really nice fine mist on that as well. Right guys, that is me done. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that my answers proved a little bit useful to you at least. It's really hard obviously because everyone's skin is different, everyone's preferences are different. So yeah, take into consideration obviously your skin type, your preferences on finishes and stuff, but again, there is no right or wrong way to do makeup. Well, there isn't. I don't know. I know what I mean, but my brain isn't working because it's like nearly 10 o'clock at night and I'm really tired and I'm due to change my morphine patch. So yeah. On that note, I'm gonna head off. If you like this video, then please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, make sure you are subscribed. Leave me a comment down below if there's anything else that you want to see, any video suggestions, just yeah, let me know I guess. But for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. Mwah. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.